Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Hey, how we doing, Boise State fans? Happy Wednesday to you. Welcome on in, Bronco Nation News Live. Here at BroncoNationNews.com, we got an awesome show scheduled for you today. Cody Goggler, the Senior Associate Athletic Director for External Affairs, going to join us here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to talk about the new lights, the new scoreboard, all the new changes at Albertsons Stadium for the 2023 football season as part of our 20-part series looking at the Boise State football team and some of the key storylines and things moving forward. We are broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits at Mobile Studios. As you saw, Cutwater Spirits, more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. They're like 2 for $7. That Mai Tai on the screen there, I highly recommend that. Cutwater Spirits, we appreciate their support of Bronco Nation News. And as always, our title sponsor, Rowpaint.com. Check them out. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. That new concrete coating, man, it's just a game changer for your garage, your back patio, you name it. You can get a one-day install. It's 5 times stronger than epoxy. They come give you a free estimate. If you give them a call, check them out on the website. Highly recommend rowpaint.com and their concrete coatings. It is transformational for your backyard. So get your comments in, get your questions in on the ICCU YouTube chat. We'd love to chat with you today. A little cloudy today. I'm actually heading out to Timberstone this afternoon to check on things for the golf tournament as the weather starts to warm here. 3 weeks from Friday. 3 weeks from Friday is the Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament. So we still have a couple foursomes left for the afternoon. Don't wait. We're going to sell out. We want you to jump in now. I talked to somebody yesterday who was thinking about it. So jump on in before we sell out. Meet Coach Leon Rice, Tim Duryea, Mike Burns from the basketball team. We got Tyson Degenhart, RJ Keene from the basketball team as well playing. Tyson's doing the celebrity shot on hole 17. That's going to be fun. And then you got DJ Schramm and Riley Smith, some football players. Jonah Dalma's going to be out there. Going to be a lot of fun, a lot of former players as well. We're raising money for the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. So it's 3 weeks from Friday, 23 days away. Hard to believe. We'll have R&R barbecue out there, paddles at Poke, Cutwater Spirits is going to have some beverages. You get free food, free drinks, a lot of fun, some free goodies on the course. You get the golf glove from ICCU. You get a T-shirt. You get a sleeve of golf balls, a lot of fun stuff. So support the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. If you're not familiar with them, they kind of help youth that are not able to afford to pay the league dues to play, youth sports, and they help pay for the equipment and the coaching and things like that. So it's a great organization. We're happy to partner with them. We gave them $5,000 from last year's tournament. We'd love to give them more this year. So come check it out. June 2nd, you get more information. You can sign up, BroncoNationNews.com/golf. I mentioned the 20-part series we're working on for the football team. We're talking on the field mostly, talking off the field a little bit, though. And we talked tight ends yesterday with Jay Tuss. We talked about the offensive line Monday with John Mallory. But today we're going to talk off the field. We're going to talk about the Albertsons Stadium, that big UCF game coming up week 2. First of all, when's the schedule coming out? Any dates changing? We'll ask Cody about that. We'll ask about the plan for the new LED lighting. Will that be installed in time for that first game against UCF? And what is the plan with the LED lighting? We're going to see some blue lights maybe. What about the scoreboard? How basic was it at the spring game? What's going to go on the back of the scoreboard, I think, is a question that people are wanting to know and asking. So we're going to ask Cody about that as well. And great conversation with Cody. And so looking forward to that. Nate's asking about the interview with Cody. It was taped yesterday, so I recorded the interview just in full transparency yesterday, Nate. So apologize for that if that lessens the interview for you. But we took some questions on Twitter. I asked if anybody had a question. We had about 4 or 5 questions, which we did ask Cody yesterday on social media, and then we were able to record that last night. So. Josh is in a good mood. Good bleeping morning, Bronco Nation from Texas. Appreciate you for chiming in, Josh. Appreciate that. So we are going to hear from Cody Goggler in just a minute, but first do want to tell you about a couple of our great sponsors like Lean Feast in Meridian. I lost 2 more pounds yesterday. I'm rolling. I love it. Yesterday I had their turkey meatballs with the spicy sriracha sauce. Oh, it was so good. Probably going to go back to the surf and turf today, but they got chicken, steak. They got about 5 different kinds of chicken, 5 different kinds of steak, different seasonings. They got the shrimp, salmon. They have breakfast as well. So fully customizable meal prep. Highly recommend them. They got some NIL deals with Taylon Green, Ashton Genty, some other players. So highly recommend them. Big supporters of the local community, and it's great food. Fully customizable. You go down the line, pick what you want, pick how much of it you want. It's not some frozen thing that arrives at your doorstep. They do deliver, but it's fully customizable, fresh food, and then you put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and you're eating surf and turf for lunch. Highly recommend Lean Feast. LeanFeast.com/Meridian. I'm eating Lean Feast here in the month of May, trying to slim down a little bit, and so far I'm seeing great results. So eat healthy and eat good at leanfeast.com/Meridian. The Blue and Orange Store, free shipping, any order over $40. Check them out online, theblueandorange.com. If you're in the Boise area, you can just go to the Boise Town Square Mall there on the second floor next to Pro Image. They've got all the NIL deals, the shirts and things. They're providing some prizes for the golf tournament as well. So make sure you check out a big supporter of BNN, the Blue and Orange Store. You looking for a new job? How about Transportation Compliance Service? Check them out, transcompservice.com. The best in the trucking industry, and they can help you get out there towing that first load in no time. Booming industry right now, coming off the pandemic. So if you're looking for a lucrative career and a fun one, get out there on the open road with the big rig on your screen, the Amazon truck in your neighborhood, any kind of delivery vehicle, transcompservice.com. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Check them out. The best in mobile eBranch online banking. More than 550,000 Idahoans have made the switch to ICCU, and you can too at ICCU.com. And stay tuned. May 23rd is the big day. May 23rd, we have a monster announcement with Idaho Central Credit Union coming on Bronco Nation News. Lithia Ford of Boise, the weather's warming up. You know what that means. It's grilling season. It's also time for some great deals down at Lithia Ford of Boise. Check out their full inventory of vehicles at lithiafordboise.com. You can do what the Raines family did. Go check out, pick a couple online, then go check them out, test drive them, and make your purchase there in person. And again, they're still buying your used car, even if you don't want to buy used from them. Or you want to buy from them, they'll buy your used car and cash offer on the spot from their appraisers. So head on in, lithiafordboise.com. You will not be disappointed. Let's hear from Cody Goggler. Nate's saying sorry he missed the opportunity to talk about it on Twitter. No worries, Nate. But again, thanks to Lithia Ford of Boise. Let's hear from Cody Goggler. He is the Senior Associate Athletic Director at Boise State, talking with me about all kinds of things about the fan experience at Albertsons Stadium. As promised, we do have the Senior Associate Athletic Director for External Affairs, Cody Goggler, with us. And Cody, I was doing a quick look at your bio again, and man, coming up on 2 years here at Boise State. It seems like it has flown by that you've been here almost 2 years now in July.
I remember. Thanks, BJ. I remember texting with you before I had even gotten here to Boise back in 2021, and obviously we had some family connection, with our ties back into Kansas, and just how excited I was to come here. That excitement is better than it ever has been before. It's been an absolute blast. I've learned so much. We've had so much fun and accomplished so many things, but we have so much more to do. So, getting ready to start year 3, and here we go.
Yeah, well, you already have accomplished a lot in a short amount of time, and I know you got some big things on your plate moving forward, and that's why we wanted to have you on here. We're continuing our 20-part off-season series. There's never a bad time for a 20-part off-season series when you can talk football in May, and we're talking a lot on the field, but I thought it was a good topic to talk off the field as well, and the fan experience at Albertsons Stadium. I think that's a big storyline for fans, and when you're thinking about the season and thinking about the team going into next season, I guess we'll go backwards first before we go forwards. I know you guys worked really hard last year to implement some new things and try some new things for the fan experience, both before the game and during the game. What'd you like? What didn't you like? What can you tell us about some of the things last year and how that either is going to stay or change moving forward into 2023 here?
Yeah. Thanks, BJ. I'm just so grateful for our team. We've talked about this before on your show, just the work that went into elevating the game day experience from 21 to 22 was substantial. And when you look at kind of the three key areas that we really broke things down into, we looked at the pregame experience. What does tailgating look like for the general fan that does not own a tailgate spot? I believe we accomplished our goals with how we reimagined, Bronco Circle and the Hall of Fame Plaza and the two sports gardens that we put in and the concert series, Bronco Walk coming through, some really cool, neat things that maybe not everyone would recognize, but our student athletes on the football team are starting to dap up Lyle Smith as the statue as they get ready to head into the Hall of Fame for their Bronco Walk. The band coming through and playing the fight song, like that pageantry and excitement, really for all fans outside of the Allen Noble Hall of Fame was something that we really felt good about this past season, and we intend to bring all of that back. Maybe restructure where certain things are located, but definitely want to amplify that again for this year. And then when the in-game experience, really taking a dive into concessions from this past year. We really rebranded everything. We brought in Blue 32 Barbecue. We looked at our queuing lines and all of our grab-and-go stations that we added on the west and east side. We also added those local corner concepts where you have bars and food from our local vendors in the Treasure Valley. That was a huge hit. Just overall, like our concessions experience, not even just from a numbers standpoint, but just overall, like giving our fans options, getting them through lines much quicker. We were really encouraged about the progress we saw in 22. And then when you look at the in-game atmosphere, starting with pregame warmups and just the energy that we were able to create, we're always evaluating what our DJ systems look like for our student athletes. How do we get more people on the blue just to make that have a bigger time feeling, during pregame warmups. We did a full reimagining of our entrance into the stadium and with the Blue Chaos tradition that we implemented, just getting people really excited and getting them focused on what it really means to make noise when we're on defense. And we just saw that continue to grow and grow with how we utilize the video board, specifically when we were on defense this past year. So overall, I think some things that, we want to continue to get better at. Our in-game promotions, I felt like we're just constantly growing on. Our third to fourth quarter transition, I think we've got an identity that's starting to form, but we're not all the way there just yet, and I know we'll probably talk about this, but with the ability to do LED lighting systems, how we reimagine the third to fourth quarter transition this year, I hope will be something that when you think about Wisconsin jump around or, Virginia Tech's entrance, like we want to create something that our fans can hold on to and say, did you know they do this at Boise State? So I could probably go on for 20, 30 minutes on just the game day atmosphere in general. We're so passionate about it. But yeah, I would say those are the three main areas that we appreciated. We thought we had fantastic feedback from our fans on, and we just want to amplify those things and obviously introduce a few new things this year as well.
Well, obviously something worked. I think you guys were either first in the country or right up there again in false starts for the opponent. My wife was a big fan of the little Oprah montage about everybody getting a false start, whenever there was one there. So whoever came up with that idea, major props to them. But
Dom Sheldon. Yeah, we all know Dom's our superstar creative. He knows how to get the fans rolling. Thank you.
I like that. You mentioned the lighting, so I guess we'll just go there. I did post on social media earlier today if anybody had a question for you that we'd take a couple, and I got 3 or 4 I wanted to pick out. One of them was, are the LED lights going to be installed before next season? It sounds like the answer to that is yes.
that's the plan. Obviously, things can happen and you never know what those things are, but our current plan and process is in motion. We fully expect to begin the installation process at the end of May. This won't take a considerable amount of time, so we should be in good shape for our first home game against Central Florida. That's going to be a game changer for us, BJ. That's something that we've talked a lot about, always evolving how we create experiences for our fans, giving our fans giving them no reason to want to stay at home. We want to give them every reason to want to come to a ball game, whether it's parking, whether it's pregame tailgating, concessions, getting through lines, variety, excitement, energy, you name it. Like, this LED lighting system is going to do that for us. And to even when you add in the new video board, we're having conversations around what are some new traditions that we can look at for this upcoming year. Certainly don't want to spill the beans on all those, but they do a great job in Sacramento. Obviously, they've created a brand with lighting the beam. We're going to have an awesome opportunity with blue LED lights, which will be part of our lighting system. Not completely, not all lights will be able to go blue, but some will. And then with the addition of the ribbon boards, the new video board in the south end zone, we're going to be looking at all ways that we can light that stadium up.
And I will say this, you guys kind of quietly did it. It probably even been before you were here. Made the switch to the LED lighting in Extra Mile Arena. And a lot of the things you can do there. I mean, I remember they'd turn the lights off for the national anthem or for the introductions of the starting lineups. It would take 2 minutes to power the lights back on. So they'd have to, during the entire national anthem, the lights were slowly coming back on. And then there'd be times where they had to delay the tip off for 20 seconds till it got all the way light. I mean, the LED lighting allows you to basically go pitch black to fully lit in like a second, right?
Yeah, it's instantaneous. And we're really excited about it. We have 8 structures or 8 units per se in Albertsons Stadium, 4 on each side, East Stadium and West Stadium. We fully expect each of those structures to have a blue lighting component to it. We're finalizing what that's going to look like. So in addition to just the generic white lighting system, being able to turn off and on and do different light shows, we will also have the opportunity to, as of today, the plans are to have the opportunity to have some blue lighting within those systems as well. A good example to point to for Bronco Nation on YouTube or any other way that you can go check out some of these videos, however you prefer that, would be to go look at NC State's lighting shows from their football home games this past season. Okay. What you see with how they utilize red is essentially the very similar lighting system that we will be installing. And I think when Bronco Nation takes a look at that, they're going to be juiced up and excited.
Cody Goggler is our guest here. We're talking about the fan experience at Albertsons Stadium. Somebody asked me about the Wi-Fi, Cody. Is it what's the status of the strength of the Wi-Fi? I know you guys worked, I think it was last year or the year before, to really strengthen that. How is that going? Is there any plans to make it better, or are you happy with the Wi-Fi?
It's a really good question. I know 2 years ago we did upgrade our DAS, and we have partners that obviously assist us with that. Part of that's an infrastructure thing, BJ. Albertsons Stadium and where the different concrete structures are within the stadium. What can you truly get access to? As far as the upcoming 2023 season, I kind of feel like we're in a pretty good spot. Obviously we know that we want to continue to grow and get better with our Wi-Fi, but we really feel like with what we did 2 years ago has not just the Wi-Fi experience, but the overall cellular access and experience has drastically improved. So we'll keep looking at any and all options though. But understanding that coming to a ball game today is not all just about watching a ball game. It's about being on your phone. Sometimes you can come to a game and go to a social district within the stadium and never watch a single play, Yep. So we have to continue to listen to our fans. And so some of our fans will want to come to the game and will want to be looking at their phone the entire time, going back and forth, looking at stats, checking out their social media feeds. Some fans will just want to go to the locals corner for a full 2.5 hours and have drinks with their friends. So we've got to continue to tackle all those different categories one by one. Yeah,
and actually the person that had asked me the question said that it was easier to keep their kids occupied if they could be on Wi-Fi during the game, so they can last the whole game. So lots of different reasons for that. You mentioned the stats. I guess we'll go to the video board next. The brand new video board. We got to see a glimpse of it. In its basic form, it was turned on, but it wasn't doing all the stuff that it's going to do come the season for the spring game. And obviously, it was noticeable. I loved how you guys at the beginning kind of put the size of the old one on there to project the difference in sizes, and it is noticeable. Definitely changes the look and feel, even when it's turned off, just closing in that end zone there. What's been the reception, I guess, now that fans have had a chance to see it at least a little bit? And what are the plans for that? I know you do have some things you can do with advertising, but also with additional stats and things you can put on the screen during the game. And then I guess the second question to that is, you mentioned the backside of the video board. What's the plan for that as well?
Yeah, it's a monster. And it was so cool to see us light that thing up and just really do a soft launch for the spring game. We're so grateful for Mel Luca and Cole and Mr. Vandersloot and the whole family for what they've done there. We can't wait to get them on campus, for them to see it for the first time. So that what our fans saw at the spring game was just a small glimpse into what we're capable of being able to roll out this fall. To kind of describe to you, for those that have not seen it yet, we were doing some testing on the board at nighttime a couple of weeks ago, and we actually had a complaint come in from a resident, which we certainly understand. We want to take good care of our community. We had a complaint come in with how bright it was up in the north end of our foothills, in the housing subdivisions that are up in the north end. So Folks living up in the north end are noticing, our lighting systems and specifically our south end zone video board. So we've got some things that we need to work through. Obviously, our goal, just like anything else we've talked about, is we want game day in 2023 with that new south board to just be rocking. And we're really going to look at, specifically for the Central Florida game, a special launch right before kickoff. It may tie into the actual team entrance. It may be just prior to that. It may be right after, before kickoff. Obviously, we've got the blue chaos flag now to play around with where that fits in. But we're gonna not just turn it on and get excited. Like when you think about, cinematic launch and exciting launch, we're going to really try to hit a home run with that and get the season started the right way against Central Florida. We'll mirror both boards, so they'll both look exactly the same as far as the sponsorship elements and what we're capable of on each side. We just want that consistency to be there. And then on the back side of the video board, we're going through the final process right now of getting approval to move forward with the design element that we'd like to put back there. I think for us, what we're looking at most right now, BJ, is what's our brand? Who are we? What kind of statement do we want to make on the back of that board? And, sometimes simple is better. What do we want to do at nighttime? Do we want it to be illuminated? And I think our answer currently is yes. So when you're coming down Broadway and you now look at Albertsons Stadium, really the first thing that your eyes are going to catch is going to be the back of that video board.
Yeah.
So we're really having some strong conversation right now about our Bronco head. And just that visibility that the Bronco head has, generated nationally. That's a huge part of our brand. It is our brand. And we had some fun on social media a few weeks ago. Unintentionally, I took a picture of it from the Alumni and Friends Center, and a lot of people had some amazing ideas about what we could do on the back of that board. But in general, Bronco Nation can expect that we're going to incorporate our brand. It will be blue, and that it will be illuminated at nighttime, and it will also recognize Mel Luca, our presenting sponsor, for getting that video board done.
I know the fan experience committee, I think, has already met once, or is at least going to be meeting again this summer for a few times. I know you guys took some valuable feedback from that last year and moved that forward. I know there's still a lot to be decided, but is there anything else fan experience wise that's going to change this year, or things you're looking at? I know you did all this stuff with the locals corner and a lot of that kind of stuff last year. Any other changes in the mix, or I know it's still 3-4 months from game time and a lot can still change, but what else fan experience wise have we not hit on that is either coming or you want to touch on?
Yeah. It's a really good question. I'm not sure where we'll land on this just yet, but we're really interested in continuing to elevate the queuing lines and the time that it takes to get through our grab and go stations on the east and west side of the stadium. Certainly it would be overpromising to say that this is happening at this point, but our goal is to bring in some technology similar to a checkout system that you would see at a grocery store, and eliminate. And these technology systems are extremely fast. You're starting to see them in major league ballparks across the country. I just saw one in Seattle when I was up there a month or so.
Amazing, dude. There was cameras. You could, I mean, I don't know what meant that. If you could pull something off like that, I was like, I just walked out. You put your credit card in, you walk in, you grab whatever you want, and you literally walk out, and they just say they got it. And I got my bill, and it was the right amount. It's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy. We have looked at that. That will not be in place for this year. What we're looking at for this year is essentially a system that you can go through a grab and go station, and all these items would be pre-inventoried, and the system is able to recognize them pretty quickly. You would be able to take all of your items, be able to set them down, and then within like 1 to 2 seconds, you have a total on on the screen that you need to pay. You put your Apple, your Google Wallet or your iPhone, your Apple iPhone up on, and you take care of that transaction, or you use your credit card.
Wow.
It will probably 3, if not 4x the speed that we can do our grab and go stations. Again, that is over promising at this point. We're looking at it. We're hoping that we can add it, but if not, we'll definitely look at it for the future seasons. And then just overall, we want to make sure that we're continuing to become much better with our local corners and the different variety that's offered from our community. And I know recently the Horseshoe Collective Golden L was launched through Executive Director Joe Nickel. And so what does that look like in our stadium? We're trying to figure that out. We also have amazing partners in Anheuser-Busch and their product lineup, and we're taking a look at what that lineup should be. So concessions, we're constantly evaluating, what do people want and how quickly can we get them through the lines? When you look at the game day piece, I think we had so much progress last year. We just really want to amplify that, and we want to just continue to grow that part. And our 3rd to 4th quarter transition will be something that will, again, with the new LED lighting system, will be something that will look different this year. And I'm hopeful that we continue to modify that to where that becomes something special.
That's going to be really cool. I know Colorado State, I've been there a couple of times. They've got the new stadium with the LED lighting, and they can, literally make it pitch black when the team comes out. And I'm just envisioning, if you're talking about blue lighting and all that, that 3rd to 4th quarter could be pretty cool. And their final thing, we've kept you more than I said I would, 17 minutes already, but I really appreciate your time. Final question for you. I mean, how are the ticket sales going? How has the interest been coming off a 10-win season? And when is the schedule? You mentioned the Central Florida game, obviously, is the big headliner on the schedule. I got friends from Florida coming up for that game. I mean, when are we going to find out any kind of update? I know it's usually in mid to late May. Any date changes or those first 3 weeks, the TV info on those? How's the schedule coming along? And I know fans are excited to find out and lock in some of these dates to plan their travel.
Sure. It's good questions and a good way to, I think, wrap all this up. I think, the schedule release for the NFL will happen this Thursday. That's always a big domino. So we will expect, obviously our schedule is currently set. We don't have game times essentially for those, but we can probably expect, just like always, that there's going to be some flexes. And there will be some flexing in place from Saturday to Friday. And so we anticipate we will learn, our fate, and every other school will learn their fate, or if that's how you want to describe it, we'll learn our opportunity on what games will potentially flex to Friday here in about 2.5 weeks. That's what we're thinking. Once we get that information, then it's full steam ahead on when's homecoming, when's parent family weekend. What game are we doing a blue out? What game are we doing vintage logos on our helmets? All of those decisions we really don't put into motion until we have the schedule finalized. As far as season tickets are concerned, we are really pleased with what we saw this year. Our deadline has passed, and we are well into the 80th percentile in our renewals, which is fantastic. You always, the standard is to get into the 90s. I think those days in college athletics are starting to dwindle pretty quickly with how competitive entertainment is for the consumer's dollar. And so the fact that we've had another renewal process well into the 80th percentile, we've already sold over 1,000 new season tickets outside of that. So when you think about us merging to where we were last year, we're pretty close to that with essentially another 4 months to go. So mini plans, single game tickets, all of those things are in motion for this summer once that next domino falls and we get our schedule flexed and everything in place.
Well, we really appreciate your time, Cody. We did have one more quick one on Twitter. I'm supposed to ask you about your one career pitching appearance and what kind of heat you were throwing to get a strikeout. What's your response to that?
Oh, wow.
Zach Price. Do you know Zach Price? He was the one that wanted me to ask that.
I love Zach. That's awesome. So what I can remember, I believe I was a freshman, and we were getting smoked. Like it was one of those games where like it's a Saturday afternoon and the wheels come off and you're down like 20-0. And
this is at Southeastern Louisiana. Correct.
We're playing we were playing Lamar, and the Southland Conference has changed significantly since I was there, but it's an amazing historical baseball conference, really good competition. And we were getting smoked by Lamar, and to save pitching, our coach sent me down to the bullpen to warm up. I pitched in high school, but wasn't a college pitcher. And I don't remember how many batters I faced. I just know that by the grace of God, I threw like a 2-2 curveball that was like 8 inches off the plate, and the umpire just completely rung this left-handed batter up. And then the next pitch that I threw, like I slipped and fell and did like a barrel roll, and like everybody in the dugout was laughing at me. And needless to be said, that that's fine with me. It was the last time I ever pitched. I had a career 0.00 ERA, and sometimes it's good just to go out on top.
Did you keep the ball?
I have no idea.
Your only strikeout. I would have made sure I hung onto the ball. I'm sure you had so many memorable hits and plays though that your shelf was just full of commemorative balls there.
Well, the best thing about that game, and I have to be careful how I say this because I don't remember specifically. I'm sure you can see the stats, but I did not have a very good offensive game that day, and I struck out to end the game. So I pitched and got a strikeout, and then I was up to the plate and I struck out, and the bat slipped out of my hand and like flew into the visiting team dugout. It was extremely embarrassing. I don't really have a ton of stuff for my career. There's not a ton to write home about. So you remember the good times.
Falling off the mound, throwing the bat. You sound like my 8-year-old son's Little League game, but this was Division I college baseball here. You were a great athlete back in your day. That was our connection actually with Frank Leo and the Hazel Arcs goes back through baseball. But Cody, really appreciate your time. Great stuff. I know fans are really excited about the season and then the scoreboard and the lights and everything. And it's going to be a fun time. And what a way to open it up with Central Florida wearing that Big 12 patch coming into Albertsons Stadium here in Boise. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And I really appreciate your time, man.
Hey, thank you, BJ. And I wanted to compliment you and all your sponsors and all that you've poured into this program. And I know you're about a year or so in, or a little over a year, and I think you've done a tremendous job, and appreciate what you do for this community, and obviously rooting for you, and well done. Congratulations.
Well, appreciate that, Cody. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. There he is, Cody Goggler, senior athletic director, External Affairs, and him and JD and the whole staff doing a great job. We truly appreciate it. Cody, thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care, BJ. Thank you.
Hey, I want to tell you about Boise Dentistry Co., boisedentistryco.com. 5 locations across the Treasure Valley. You can find one near you, boisedentistryco.com. Highly recommend the folks at Boise Dentistry Co. They make it an enjoyable experience to go to the dentist. Check them out, boisedentistryco.com. You looking for insurance? How about United Commercial Insurance? UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Quick call could save you hundreds of dollars on your business insurance. They make it easy at United Commercial Insurance. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. Check them out, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Ridley's Family Markets, shop Ridley's.com. 13 Idaho locations. They got numerous ones around the Treasure Valley. Make sure you check them out. And if you go download the new Ridley's app in your smartphone, you can get exclusive savings in the store up to 40%. So go download the new app. Check them out, shop Ridley's.com. Bauscher Real Estate. You looking to buy or sell a home? No home is too big or too small for Matt Bauscher and his team. Every time I scroll Instagram, I see another sold sign from Matt Bauscher. Number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley for a reason. Works hard, great guy, big supporter of the local team. So BauscherRealEstate.com. Get more information. Hey, you looking for a last-minute Mother's Day gift? How about Sound Story? Myself, John Mallory, Mike Prater, David McKenzie, we can all do the interview. This is a 1-hour interview, essentially a podcast interview, but the star of the show, the guest, is your mom. We can interview your mom, We can do this for your dad, by the way, too, for Father's Day coming up or just to have as a gift. But we'll interview your mom for an hour about her life story, about her memories of her childhood, growing up, her life, about her kids, her grandkids, and then her story and her voice is saved and preserved forever on a MP3. We do it in a professional recording studio, and it's a great gift to pass down from generation to generation of the audio heirloom of your mom, your grandma, and to preserve her life story and her voice forever. And if you want to switch it around, you can have the kids or the grandkids be interviewed about their mom, about their grandma, and you can present it to your mom on Mother's Day. So we still have some time this week to get a couple interviews in if you're interested. MySoundStory.com. It's going on in some other cities around the country as well. So you got to click on View More Interviewers and then scroll down until you get to the ones from Boise to book it. Use promo code BNN15. You get 15% off. If you have any other questions, you can reach out to me. And I can help you out. But it's a really cool thing. And if you don't have time to do it, you can present your mom with a gift certificate. You can get a gift certificate, take care of your Mother's Day shopping in about 10 seconds, get it done, and then present her the gift card, and then we can schedule the interview in the next few weeks. So that is mysoundstory.com. One more plug for the golf tournament. While we're doing the Cody Goggler interview, someone reached out with some questions about it. So we're selling the foursomes. We're going to sell out. Don't wait. So much goodies going on, including the hole-in-one from Lithia Ford to Boise. They'll be providing a Bronco Ford Sport if anyone gets a hole-in-one at hole 6 during the tournament. You're going to be able to meet Coach Rice and hang out with him, Tyson Degenhart, RJ Keene as well. A lot of the football players will be out there. You get a bag of bacon from Bacon. That's going to be cool. Each foursome gets a bag of bacon in addition to Pastry Perfection donuts and R&R barbecue and Cutwater Spirits drinks. A lot of great stuff. It was a lot of fun last year having Johnny and Tust and Prater and the whole gang out there. It's going to be even more fun this year. We've made some significant improvements, I feel like. So the Bronco Nation News second annual golf tournament benefiting the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. We're giving them a portion of the proceeds. As I said, last year we gave them $5,000, hoping to give them more. So check them out. Check us out. We'd love to have you sign up. BroncoNationNews.com/golf is the website, Bronco Nation News /golf. You can reach out to me with more information. While you're watching the show, please subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News there at the bottom of your screen. If you're already watching on YouTube, if you're on Twitter or Facebook, we ask you please switch over and subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/Bronco Nation News is where you go. Takes about 5 seconds. You subscribe, you can turn on your notifications, and then you'll know when we go live. And we'd appreciate you to click that like button at the bottom of the screen as well. And while you're on your phone, download the app. Our new app is available in the App Store and Google Play. Daily coverage of Boise State athletics just a click away. Bronco Nation News app. Download it in your Apple Store or on Google Play. I mentioned all of our great sponsors. We're so appreciative of them. We're so appreciative of all you guys for watching the show, and very thankful and excited for Cody Goggler. That was a fun interview. Very excited with what Boise State has going on here moving forward, and we're very appreciative of Cody Goggler for jumping on. Jordan says, this is so great. Bronco Nation loves you, Cody. Fun to hear that story. Yeah, he was that story was funny about him playing baseball and falling, striking a guy out. We got to try to see if there's any video footage of that anywhere of Cody striking out the dude, and then he said the umpire maybe called one that was outside a strike. I'm sure it was right down the middle, and he's just being a little facetious there. But great guy. Doing a lot for Boise State athletics, and an awesome guy. And I think Jeremiah Dickey made a great hire 2 years ago when he hired Cody Goggler. So appreciate him and the kind words he said about Bronco Nation News. And Cody's been very supportive when things have come up or potential issues with things with BNN. Cody's been very supportive, and we're very appreciative and thankful for him. And it sounds like a lot of cool things coming with the blue lighting and a lot of the cool things coming to the game day experience at Albertsons Stadium. So looking forward to that coming up here in just a couple of months. Mike Prater will join me tomorrow. We'll talk, I forget what tomorrow's topic is. We'll continue our 20 questions tomorrow. Let's see here. The pass rush. What's the pass rush look like? Who's going to lead the Broncos in sacks? That's our topic for tomorrow with Mike Prater. Again, May 23rd, big announcement coming less than 2 weeks away from ICCU and Bronco Nation News, so make sure you tune in for that. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Check out BroncoNationNews.com. We got the free membership. If you're not able to pay and subscribe, sign up for the free membership at BroncoNationNews.com. You still get the daily email and some other things as part of that, so check it out, BroncoNationNews.com. You can click the register tab in the top corner of the screen. So have a great day. Thank you to all of our paying subscribers. Thank you to all of our advertisers. A lot of cool things coming with Bronco Nation News, and we couldn't do it without you. Have a great Wednesday, and if anything pops up, obviously we'll have breaking news covered for you on social media. Pop in here and do a show if we have to. We'll have stories at bronconationnews.com. And again, Mike Prater joins me tomorrow at 9 a.m. to talk Boise State football as we continue this offseason series here. So thank you so much for checking us out. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com.
What's up, y'all? It's RJ Keenan, Tyson Degenhart. We'll be coming out here at Timberstone June 2nd for the Bronco Nation News golf tournament. We're trying to raise money for the Idaho Sports Commission, and we want y'all here. It's going to be a fun day of golf. It's going to be beautiful weather and great people. Some of our coaches are going to be there too, special guests. For more information, sign up for bronconationnews.com, and we'll have a great time. See you.